Welcome to Optimal Living Starts Here. I am Versandra Kennebrew, your host, and we are here with another special guest that is joining us from Detroit, Michigan. This guest I have had the pleasure of knowing for several years. It's got to be probably about 12, maybe even 15 years. I mean, we spent time together at the same spiritual center in Detroit, Michigan, as well as in the whole holistic health and wellness community. And it was just so awesome because even when I had the opportunity to work with Whole Foods Market as their marketing and community engagement specialist, I was able to work with this sister. And I was just so happy to be able to pull and collaborate with those holistic health professionals that have been doing the work in the D for years. And so Dr. V, she is just such a phenomenal woman. Let me tell you, first of all, she is a veteran. Second of all, public health has been her thing, and nutrition, that is her thing. She is a nutritionist, she's a professor, she's an author, she's a international speaker, and she's a wife. And she is also the, I'd say, principal at Sweet Potato Delights. And that's why when I saw that today was Eat Your Vegetables Day, I couldn't think of anyone else that I would want to bring to you guys and share with you because she knows everything about vegetables. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Dr. Valanda Anderson. Dr. V, what's up?
Oh my gosh, that is such an amazing introduction. Thank you, Miss Versandra Kennebrew. I could not think of any better way to spend this evening than to tithing time and supporting this amazing series. And yes, Versandra and I have been connected for like years. I have been able to visit her in Atlanta as well. So it is amazing. It's amazing to watch and be able to collaborate with people that are of like mind and energy. And we're the light givers, and we are passionate about, that's why we're connected and we keep crossing each other's path. No matter what side of the map we're on, right? We get connected because our assignments keep intersecting. And our assignment is to bring you, all of you out there, you, and you, the information and the support, because you fall off sometime. I know y'all know what I'm getting ready to tell you. Y'all know every single piece of information that I'm getting ready to tell you. You might not remember it all the time. So that's why series like this and people like Versandra Kennebrew are important to keep reminding us of the tools that we need to stay healthy, to move through things like the pandemic, right? And so I know I have a time limit, so I'm going to try to give you a whole bunch of stuff right away. The first thing is that food is the real deal, okay? When we talk about, National Vegetable Day and getting in the nutrients that we need and how we maintain our body, everything goes back to the food. Everything goes back to the food. Food comes with clues though, okay? So it's really not hard, okay? So that's why I hope everybody is seeing my screen, and I have this wonderful little activity. And so if you're on the chat or you want to chime in on Facebook Live, I think Versandra has us on Facebook Live, you see a bunch of pictures. So some of us are visual, right? I love pictures, right? And when we're working with children need pictures, right? So I want you to look at these pictures and tell me what part of your body, and this is what I'm gonna take myself off a video so you don't look at me. I want you to look at the pictures, right? And so I want you to, the first one is a glass of water. And you see the celery next to it. Below it, you see tomatoes, and then you see carrots, and then below that, you see kidney beans, and next to it, you see the avocado. And then we see my favorite, the sweet potato, and I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. And next to it, you see the citrus fruit, which is orange. Below that, you see onions. That's already gonna give you a clue. What do onions make you do? That give you a clue what that body part system is, right? And then walnuts. All right. So I would do my what do you call it? The Jeopardy music to give you a second to like think about those pictures and what body part, what body system, what system in your body is this connected to? You got 10 seconds. I know the Jeopardy little thing. That's probably a little bit longer than 10 seconds, but we're on a time limit, so you only got 10 seconds. And I'm going to give you the information. So get your pen. So you have 10 seconds to think about it and get a piece of paper and pen to write these down. And I'm going to send this to Versandra Kennebrew so she can send this out to her mailing list so folks can, circle back to it. All right, so here we go. We got a glass of water. I know that you've been told that you need to drink 8 glasses of water, but I'm here to tell you that you just need to take your body weight divided by 2, and that is how many ounces that you need, because it's a personal journey. Everybody needs to look at their own body. So take your body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you need 75 ounces of water every day, no matter what's happening. We're getting ready to move into the summer. It's going to be hot. So you're going to need even more, 75 ounces of water minimally if you're 150 pounds, plus whatever you need when it's hot, whatever else you need when it is, when you're stressing, when you're exercising, those water replacements that you need is in addition to your daily 75 ounces of water, right? Okay, that is water. Every system in your body uses water. Your blood uses water. Your brains uses water. Every part of your system uses water. Drink your water. Start with it first thing in the morning, last thing at night, and then all in between. Okay? All right. Next to it is the celery. What does that look like, y'all? The bones. That's right. It's the bones. The bones. Anything that looks like the celery. The bok choy is another one that fits in that category. It is good for your bones. The other thing to think about is the amount of sodium. So celery, bok choy, rhubarb, those are foods that look just like your bones, okay? These are also foods that have 23% sodium, the exact perfect amount for your diet. Because if you don't have enough sodium in your diet, your body is going to pull it from your bones. Now, I'm not saying use, Morton salt and all of that. I'm saying naturally occurring salt in your foods. That's the amazing thing about our foods. It has what we really need, right? Okay, we got tomatoes. Now think about the tomato. You see how it's cut? You see what it looks like? It looks like it has 4 chambers. Any clues? Anybody? Anybody? That's right. It's the heart. The tomato has 4 chambers and it is red, just like the heart. Yes. Science, beyond the science, has shown us that tomatoes are good for your heart and good for your blood. Okay. Next to it, I know your granny, your nanny, your great grandma have told you to eat your carrots because they are good for what? Your eyes. That's right. That's right. A sliced carrot, if you look at it, don't it look like the pupil right there in the middle? Yep, the pupil, the iris, all those little radiating lines. Carrots are good. They enhance the blood flow to your eyes, improve your eye function. We're aging, eat more carrots, right? Because our eyes capacity shifts as we age. So we want to eat those carrots. All right, next down is the kidney bean. The kidney bean, that gives it away right there. The kidneys, that's right. It looks like the kidney. The kidney bean is actually shaped like the kidney because it has positive effects, healing effects, and it helps to maintain kidney function. One of the favorite things I like to tell people to do is eat your 3-bean chili and make one of the beans chili, make one of the beans kidneys, right? Okay. Next to it is the avocado. And if you look at that avocado, what does it look like? What is the shape of that? Anybody? is shaped like the womb and the cervix for the females. That the males, it would be the figs. If I had a fig on there, it would be the males for the male reproductive system. But avocados are wonderful. They are a wonderful source of some good fat. Okay, good fat. We need good fat for the brain, right? All right. Scrolling down to my favorite, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes is a superfood. When I tell you that that is a superfood, you can have it breakfast, lunch, dinner, as well as the desserts that we love, sweet potato pie, candy yams, right? A sweet potato is not a yam, and that's a whole story that we could spend 25 minutes on alone. But the sweet potato actually is shaped like the pancreas. If I showed you an anatomical picture of the pancreas, you would see the similarity to the sweet potato. The other thing about the sweet potato is that it is diabetic friendly. It is wonderful for stabilizing the blood sugar. So when I was doing my doctoral studies about potatoes, turned out to work with the sweet potato because I had a lot of diabetics in the group. The Diabetic Association was very, very happy that I was using the sweet potato as opposed to the white potato. So diabetics, get those sweet potatoes in there. We're going to reverse. I don't want you managing your diabetes. I want you to reverse type 2 diabetes because you can with your food. Next to that is citrus fruit, 2 oranges. 2 oranges. What comes in 2s? Ladies? That's right, the breasts. Citric fruit is wonderful for supporting good breast health. All right. Scrolling down to the onions. When you cut onions, what happens? It makes you cry. That's right. It makes you cry. Onions are good for your eyes, okay? But onions, if you look at it, if you remember some of your science classes where you peeled the onion and you took put it up under the microscope and you could see it looks like cells. It looks like the cells of the body. Onions look like body cells. Research has told us that the onions help to clear away waste material that form in the cells of the body, and we need to detox. Fasting is a good thing, okay? But I talked about the tears, right? So onions also produce tears, and that's just helping us to wash the cells, the layers of the eyes that we can't get to with the eye drops, okay? So eat your onions, saute those onions, put them in a lot of stuff, right? Love those onions. And then we have walnuts. And what does the walnut look like? Any ideas from folks? Yeah, it's the brain. It's the brain, and you can see the hemispheres of the brain. It is good brain food. But just like all foods, just because it's healthy, we have to exercise portion control. Doesn't mean that you can eat, the whole, 1 pound of nuts, or like 20 pounds of anything. So these are just some of the top foods that come with clues. They remind you of the body parts that it support, not that it doesn't have other nutrients in it to support other systems, but those things that I mentioned are the main things that we want to remember. The other thing that you can see is color. If you look up and down the page, we got lots of color, right? We got orange, we got red. The thing to keep in mind about color, so when we look at our plate, is it a rainbow? How many colors are on your plate? Okay, these are some of the ways you can incorporate more color into your diet. Food does come with clues. All right, so that's our activity there. How are we doing with time, Ms. Versandra? Before, I don't want to.
We are doing well, and I would like to just spend a moment now. I am going to stop sharing the screen.
Okay.
Because I would like to now just speak with you a little bit, because we know that people really can connect when they can, really feel connected with the person. They do something when they feel connected. And I just really want our viewers to get a chance to get a feel of your energy, not only your passion for healthy eating and those type of things, but just really, if you could just talk, because see, I know you. And what I can envision in my mind as I think about you, even at this moment, I know that if people saw your daily routine and the things that you do to keep yourself fit, I mean, first of all, they would never believe your age. They would never in a million years. I could probably do a contest right now. Nobody would get it right. I want you to tell our audience a little bit about your day-to-day lifestyle. And if you feel so inclined, you can share your age, but I want people to recognize that living optimally is accessible to anyone who chooses. Tell them about how you live.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I never mind telling my age. It was just funny because my birthday's in April. And so I had a small gathering at the house, and I had a big sign that said, "Happy 64." Woo! And my neighbor was like, "Oh, your husband put that sign out telling your age?" I was like, "No, girl, I bought that sign myself." I'm celebrating 64.
I love it.
What 64 looks like when you give the body what it needs. Okay. And we have in the food what we need. It's easier to keep it from breaking than it is to fix it once it gets broken. So what has been my passion is to give people the tools, and people do more what they see me do than what I tell them to do. So I try to be the example. I am up at 5 or so in the morning. But as things have changed, in the pivoting and aging and what have you, I know that coming into my day, I don't need to just jump and run into the day. So I get up early enough so that I can move into the day slowly. Okay. And by that, and slow for me might be really fake. People say, "Oh yeah, she said slow." No, she didn't. By the time 7 o'clock rolled around, she had done like 5 things, right? But I do. I start with trying to get some type of exercise in. This is the best time of year because it's already daylight at 6:30, right? So I live in a neighborhood where I can get my walk in, and I do different routes. So I go head on and depending on my schedule, it might only be 30 minutes, but sometimes it's a little bit longer. And I can give myself self-love because I'm exercising. I'm working on health because anytime you exercise, it is positively impacting your blood pressure, your cholesterol, the way that you breathe, your blood flow. Anytime you get in physical activity is wonderful. Okay, so I get it in. I get it in. I try to get it in early because I know once the day starts, I might not get it in later, right? Right. I always start. I got water beside my bed, and I have books beside my bed. I'm aging. The brain ages, and you need to exercise the brain too. So I have word search. So sometimes, I spend, a few minutes before I leave the bedroom, right? Because I have something beside my bed to give me some brain exercise and to give me some water first thing, right? And then I go and do, whatever, if it's going to be the bike or go for a walk, right? Mm-hmm. I start my day with some food, okay? Now, that doesn't mean I'm sitting down to a stack of pancakes, this whole layout, right? I'm not. The brain wants something and the blood wants something. Not a whole lot, okay? Remember, you're breaking the fast. You're on a fast overnight. Your body's not doing anything, right? Well, I take that back. The body is doing something, but it's at a slower pace, right? You're coming off the fast. So you want to give the body the water first, right? Okay, so it can finish detoxing, yeah? And then you want to give it something that helps it think, okay? Because you're getting ready to ask it to do a whole lot of stuff. And you want to, so smoothies are really good because you can put a lot of nutrients in there, and you want color. When you see color, you know you're getting a lot of minerals and a lot of vitamins. What comes in colors? Fruits and vegetables. That's right. Meats don't come in a whole lot of colors. And I know that everybody's not going to be a vegetarian. Everybody's not going to be a vegan. But what I would want you to do is just put more plants in, because the plants is what is going to give you the minerals and the vitamins that you need to either prevent diseases or to help reverse some of the things that are tied to food. And we know that the top 5 things that are ailing us are tied to food. We know that type 2 diabetes is tied to food. We know that cholesterol, more times than not, is tied to food. Weight, okay? In the pandemic, we've been sitting a lot, and we're still sitting a lot. And the truth be told, as we move to our new normal, we're still going to be sitting because technology is not going away. It is going to grow in how we do our new normal, okay? So you have to infuse exercise into, or movement general, into your activity. Let's see, what else do I want to say? I
want you to tell them, what was your final thing? Because I know you used to hoop, right? You used to hula hoop and do the double dutch and jump rope. That's what it was, jump rope. That's what it was. What it was. Yes. So you did that for the longest time. Tell our audience just a little bit about how that came about, and why did you decide that was the form of exercise that you really wanted to engage in?
So my journey with double dutch jump rope, which turned out to be an amazing journey, was when I was doing this annual Be Fit Carnival. And one of the participants, corporate participants, said, "Are you doing any kids programs? You got anything for the kids?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I got this thing that I want to do, but parents are not going to spend extra money for this, but the kids really need this." She said, "Well, send me over your proposal." I sent it over to her. God bless Alicia Renee Ferris in New Detroit, because I was given funding to start a nonprofit to do this program, this fitness program after school. Yeah. At the end of the school year, I asked the kids, "Okay, well, when we come back in September, what do you guys want to do? You got to do something physical. You already know." They said, "We want to do double dutch." So I spent the summer learning how to do double dutch. Fast forward, I became the Michigan State representative for the American Double Dutch League. 6 years running, did double dutch with children from first grade to high school, and it was amazing. But what I learned, my brain was tunnel vision on getting them physically active, right, and teaching them nutrition. They did that. I had one mom actually join my board because her daughter was 50 pounds overweight when she joined the program. 10 months later, she was the best jumper on the high school team doing fitness, kind of thing. So she joined the board. But even beyond that, they learned other skills. They learned problem-solving skills, because double dutch is a team sport. You need 3 people or 4. You can't do it by yourself. You can do single rope, but double dutch is a team. And when you're competing, coaches in the stands, y'all got to figure it out if something's going wrong. So they learned problem-solving skills. There were so many life skills that they learned. One of the young ladies, actually the young lady that I'm speaking of, Leslie, and God bless the Brogdon family if they are watching, because Leslie went on to use that skill. She went off to Western University, I think it was, for college. And one summer she called me for a reference for a job. And then they got down to her and another person for the position. And she called me back. She said, "Guess what? I told them," the question was, "What skill are you bringing to these young people as a facilitator of summer camp program?" And I told them I could teach double dutch. And I said, "Wow." And so it's those kind of stories. And they, double dutch is a tool that touches in a way that not only empowers people to be healthy. I can teach anybody how to get into the double dutch jump rope. As a matter of fact, just recently, someone that does TV commercials called me. She Googled, because she had gotten from her what do you call it? Her agent. Her agent was casting a commercial, and the commercial had double dutch in the scene. Well, she didn't know how to do double dutch, but she said, "Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll send you a clip." She connected with me came to my house. I taught her how to get in the rope, and she was able to film a clip that she was able to submit for this.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
Double Dutch is amazing. I would love to see it come back, because moms and daughters can do it. You know, adults can do it as well as young people, you know, the children can do it. But for the children, again, it has so many additional benefits, because they want to take care of their bodies. Once they get it, they're like, oh, heck, I can't eat these hot chips.
Yeah.
I might need an orange or a piece of raisin toast, you know, or something, you know, or some oatmeal. And then teaching them, you know, just that healthy eating is not boring. It is so not boring. I'm excited because I am in all lanes of food here in Michigan, and food industry, food and beverage is really fueling our economy here.
Yes.
And so to see, because I've been in the business of health and wellness since the 70s.
Yes.
Right. And I retired from the health department as a WIC program manager, which I have to thank Bernice Anthony Davis for recruiting me for that position that I didn't think that I could do. But the WIC program is amazing. The nutrition, the value of the education, as well as making sure that we are able to support people in getting that good food, in getting the fruits and vegetables. And it's farmers market season, y'all. Find a farmers market. I know that there's tons of markets wherever you are on the map. There's a farmers market or 2 or 3 in your area.
Yeah, and here in the South, they're everywhere because everybody's backyard is a farmer's market around here, it seems. Yeah. I tell you, I wish we could talk for the next hour because your topic is so amazing. I just want our audience to know that you are the principal at Sweet Potato Delights. Tell them how they can connect with you online and what you want them to do next.
Okay, so, you know, Sweet Potato Delights is, as she said, a veteran-owned organization. We manufacture vegan, sweet potato-based baked goods and grab-and-go foods. You can go to sweetpotatodelights.org. That's the website. You can order. Everything can be shipped with the exception of the cheesecake because it requires, you know, dry ice and all of that. So we ship that in Michigan, but the trail mix cookies you can find on Etsy. We're everywhere on social media, Dr. Valanda or Sweet Potato Delights, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of them, we are there. We are building an organization that we vision to be an employee-owned organization at the end of my vision. And the employees will be veterans that were previously culinary folks, and there'll be young people. We have market associates that we're hiring for the summer to do 12-week experiences where they will learn about farmers markets. And, yeah.
All right. Well, you have been watching Optimal Living Starts Here. I am Versandra Kennebrew, your host, and we empower veterans and their family members to live healthy, happy lives. We're so happy that you joined us today in this segment of Optimal Living Starts Here.